Hey YouTube, Homestead Prepper, and today I'd like to show you how to make some survival jerky. And the difference between survival jerky and regular jerky is what you're going to do is you're going to cook the meat as you marinate it in salt. And I know a lot of y'all are saying, well, why would you want to do that? Well, the reason you would want to cook your meat and salt it to preserve it, but mainly to cook it and to heat it up past 158 degrees is to kill the parasites in it, and namely one of the nasty parasites out there is trichinosis. If you don't know what it is, check it out. And getting trichinosis in a bad economy, and you can't get a doctor and you can't get the necessary thiabenzidole to cure yourself, is going to be very bad and unpleasant for you and your family. So now I know some of you are saying, well, I can can my meat. Yeah, well, hey, if you've got enough jars and you've got enough lids and you're prepped, and if you run into 150 pounds of bear, then that's great. But if you're a prepper, you should have an alternative way to preserve meat, and this is one way right here. We've got some water, and I've got some salt, and what I'm shooting for is a 10% salinity. And I've mentioned before the importance of having salt. 10% is going to preserve the meat and keep most bacteria away from it, and should last a long time. And boiling it in that water is going to kill any parasites in it, because I'm going to get it way above that 158 degrees if I'm boiling here at about 212. So this is what we're doing. And if you run across in an economic downturn, you might run into something like wild boar. You've all heard that if uncooked pork, you can get parasites and stuff like that. But not just that. If you, any predator, coyote, fox, mountain lion, anything like that. If you use traditional jerky methods and use a Nesco dehydrator, you can get parasites. Also, if you cook it in the microwave, or some smokehouses, just smoking the meat sometimes doesn't get hot enough, and it can give you problems. And if you salt the meat, I don't care how much salt you put in, it won't kill some of those parasites. You have to heat them up. So I've got just my smoker here, and what I've got is some homemade charcoal in there, and it's actually boiled it pretty fast. I'm actually not going to be using that because I had a mosquito fly in there and I cleaned it out, and then I had some gnats fly in there, so I didn't have a lid for that one. So I'm going to use this over here, and that's already boiling. So, and what I'm going to shoot for, that's about, say, a gallon of water. You want to put about a pound of salt in there, and that'd give me almost 12%. Now, for those of you who don't have any salt, you could use seawater, and seawater is about 3.5% salinity, or 3.2, depending on where you're at in the world. If you were to take 3 gallons of filtered seawater, make sure it's clean, and you boiled it down to 1 gallon, then it would give you the proper salinity, and you could get by without having some of this. So I'm going to put some of this in there, and then I'll throw the meat in, and I'll get back with y'all. Okay, I'm going to dump the meat in. Very professional, but that'll work. And some people say that you should do it for about a minute and a half. I'm paranoid. I'm going to do it for 5 minutes, and that way I'm going to be ensured that I killed everything in there, and that preservative is going to get in the meat. So we'll time it for 5 minutes. Okay, we're only about 2 minutes into it, and it is raging. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes, so I'm going to about getting some of this stuff out of here. And I'm just going to put it up here on my rack, like that. To see the whole procedure for that. Okay, that's my cooked and salted survival jerky, and you could add other spices to this. And I've already got this fire going right here, and I'm just going to use this to smoke it. Put that on there like that, and we want to do a nice slow smoke. I don't want to burn that up, so just this. Just give it a little bit of gap right there, and I tried a piece of this after it's cooked, and it's a little salty, but not too bad. It'll be interesting to see how it turns out. Start smoking. Okay, guys, it's been a little while out here, and the stuff, well, it's almost done. And y'all know you can tell when jerky's done when you can break it open like that, and it just splits but doesn't crack. And
what type of meat is it?
White tiger from Busch Gardens. No, I'm just kidding. But guys, don't think that you won't see anything from the zoo if the crap were to ever hit the fan and people were to get hungry. They would go raid the zoo, and you would see exotic meats like you know, zebra, lion, hyena, whatever they got. So anyway, this is one way you can preserve any type of meat, and we're going to see if we have a happy customer. Nate, you want to try it, buddy? Oh, well, I think he likes it.
Yeah.
Well, this is the Homestead Prepper out. Okay, I just wanted to show you all the finished product here, and it turned out pretty nice. And Mrs. Homestead Prepper, what was your opinion of it?
My opinion is that it's a little dry, but the purpose of it is to use for seasoning and cooking. So if you boil this in you know, a pot of vegetables or whatever, it will season it up very nicely. I think I would add a little pepper to it to give it a little spice. But other than that, I thought it tasted very good. It tasted to me like grilled hamburgers. And so I thought it was excellent. It came out very good.
Well, that's better than I would thought, especially hearing that from you. But well, I mean, you know, I wanted an honest opinion. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's it, guys. Just wanted to share that with y'all. Thanks. Thank you, Mrs. HSP.
You're welcome.